you doing? And welcome back to 2236 AD. When last we were together, we apparently found the archive. Just kind of no big deal. And it was in Nagano City, so we're just there. And then, Hime is apparently some crazy data mage who caused an explosion. And then that led us to getting the coordinates of where we needed to go into a manhole to access a portal that will take us to the archive. This game is a thing. And I think that like my big thing with this game, and I don't know whether this is by design or what, there is so much that happens in this game that it just glosses over. There are so many things that are just like, what? Why is nobody saying anything about this big thing? For instance, I still don't understand, and I understand at this point that maybe she's not real, but like the Haru that was boarded up in the building, like this naked, unconscious girl that you're visiting every day who may be dead or may be a corpse. It's very silly, I know, but like, we just don't say anything about that, and we're obviously glossing over the fact that, real or not, whatever was depicted on our screen was that he violated her. Then there's the whole Hime thing where she's a data mage, I guess. And the big one that's really sticking in my craw, the one that I just can't get out of my head, is a key figure in this story, both in the vocabulary glossary thingamadooter and in so many of the pseudoscience-y and physics-based aspects of this story, come back to a Dr. CS. And we know a character named CS. We've met them. We know that she is related to two of the other characters. And it's honestly just buck wild to me that nobody's like mentioning anything about that. Everything just feels so weird. It's like my concept of reality is being fucked with actively is kind of just what I feel like, because there's just so much stuff happening that it's hard to make sense of a lot of it. And I feel like we are about to dive headfirst into even more of that. So let's just dive on in, pun intended. I had the sensation that I'm going to keep falling. Oh, we're in FMV world now. Oh, yep. Focus on the center of the screen. You'll feel really good later. Man, this stuff always trips me. Yeah, this stuff always trips me up. It's just always really weird. And I'm not even high. It obviously does so even more so when I'm stoned, but this stuff just like, I don't know, it messes with me in a way. It makes me feel weirdly, like I do feel like I'm falling. Even though I don't really feel like this is doing anything special. Like I have a sensation right now in my chest that's just like, anybody else get that? Or is it just me? Or am I just a gigantic baby? All right, we see a hole. There's a hole at the bottom of the sea. There's a hole in a hole at the bottom of the sea. All right, where are we at? Where did we fall to? Because we lost grip. Oh, okay, we're in the nowhere zone, everybody. We made it. Oh, jeez. Yotsuba-kun, do you know the legend of the goddess Siri Shion, the symbol of humanity's wisdom? The series of publications called the Akashic Phone. It's said that they are the only publications left that detail the Earth before Paradigm Lost. Records of the Earth, memories of humanity, stopped abruptly 200 years ago. The only thing that serves as a bridge between us and any memories or records is the Akashic Phone. Filled to the brim with those publications is the city known as the Archive. Yes, I'm aware of that. Yes, I'm aware, but what is Paradigm Lost in the first place? It is the great universal reform. I'm aware of that, but I want to know past that. Then you don't know, do you? I suppose not. You convinced yourself you knew, huh? I do not know anything about Paradigm Lost. All right, everybody got that? Write that down because that's going to be on the test later. Paradigm Lost is often referred to as a great universal reform, but the truth is in no way such an open and shut case. Meaning that... Meaning that when you hear the words great universal reform, what kind of images does it invoke? Well, if you pose the question, the universe is going through a reformation is hard to picture. It's a solar system, not a social system. Yes, social system and society as a whole reform in accordance with the flow of the times. When rules change, society follows suit. If there was a time in history when it was natural for kings to decide upon rules, then there must also be a time where rules are decided by the will of the majority. This is an example of rules deciding on the rules changing. Okay. And with that, society takes on reforms. So then, what's a universal reform like? It's a shift in the rules of the universe. The rules of the universe, the laws of physics, or even parts much more unfathomable, something we could neither experience nor perceive even if we tried. Like some tube area we're going to go into? I don't know. Are we like in a Tool video now? Like this is like all of this stuff just kind of reminds me of like the Lateralis like imagery. Maybe 10,000 days. That's kind of what all this is reminding me of right now. You know what? It wouldn't surprise me if somebody that writes a game like this is a big Tool fan now that I think about it, because Tool fans think they're super duper smart. To put it bluntly, approximately 200 years ago, this world was rebuilt from the ground up. Aha! Now I get it. You do? Loud and clear. Or are you just like saying this because you're just like, I'm sparing myself the very long and detailed explanation because my little itty bitty dummy brain can't figure it out? You were just pretending to know just now, weren't you? You have clothes again. I wonder if this stuff can actually be parsed into anything or if it's just utter nonsense. Well, okay. You got no clothes again. Right. Then you can tell me the truth behind the legend of the goddess Shiri Shion from what you believe you know of Paradigm Lost. I have no clue. See? You don't get a thing. Yeah, like, why did you say you understood? Again, if only just to, like, shut her up and be like, can we get on with it? I'm sorry. Basically, what it all means is that the sole survivor from the world before its reset was the goddess Shiri Shion. She left behind information on everything in the world she once inhabited. Well, that compilation being the Akashic phone. But that would mean that's right. Humanity was once wiped off the face of the map. Okay. You never knew about that either, did you? Well, are you here, or is this just like meta shit? Are we just having a moment? Are we having an Evangelion moment? That's not it. I never knew it was something that I did not know. Socrates? That's not it. I'm not Socrates today, but tomorrow I will be. Dear me. Was there a mention of that in the Akashic video, or am I mistaken? What do you mean? I mean that you are not Socrates. Yeah? I mean, you're right. I am, and I know. I hate that old hair splitting fart. But that's not it. He's quite the speaker, contrary to belief. You have a point. There may never be a moment when he doesn't feel like speaking. All right. Shall I try a little search in the Akashic library? Uh-huh. I can't seem to find the story you and Socrates are talking about in there. I see. I don't. I'm glad somebody sees, because I don't know what is... Oh, we're heading right into Tunnel Town again. Let's go. This one kind of looks like a level in a 3D Sonic game from like 2003. Oh God! Yeah, okay, that perspective shift there fucked with me. Yeah, this is definitely a Tool video. I'm just gonna put sober behind this now. Why are young people such as yourselves so eager to die like this? You are not the only humans to ever jump into the underground lake by a long shot. Hasn't it occurred to you that you'll drown? In all honesty, many have taken the plunge into this underground lake, drowned, and met their end. But perhaps that's all part of her whim. Perhaps she's creating an excuse to make me lecture you two. In particular, you should feel much more blessed now that you are the chosen character. No, ignorance is bliss in this case, perhaps. However, there weren't people who work from the shadows such as myself, you would have drowned. If there weren't people who work from the shadows such as myself. Who are you, man? I am so lost right now. Yes, that's right. I'm lodging a complaint. Leaving that aside, this is a place that you two have been searching for. 3, 2, 1. On that count, you will wake up. 3, 2, 3, 2, 1. Hey, are you by any chance... What is it? Are you by any chance my... You have me mistaken. What? Where are we at? What is happening? Oh, Lord, we're about to go. I smell something warm and soft. It better not be boob. Mom? Is she your mom? Oh, man, where are we going? What? Unfamiliar ceiling. A bed. I have been put to sleep on a bed. As I get up, I find myself surrounded by walls of bookshelves. Books, books, books. Books as far as the eye can see. Red books, blue books. Tall books, skinny books, 1 book, 2 book. Oh, I remember this site from before, though. Oh yeah, it resembles the publication repository Hime Senpai and I were at up till yesterday. On the to the T. The only thing different, the publications here are all red. This place... Huh? Where's Hime Senpai? And Masuko? Hello? Senpai is asleep in the adjacent bed. Hey! It's you! 2. Masuko had shut down, but boots up devoid of any errors. Well, that's good. Oh, my terminal's temperature has dropped a considerable amount. What? What the... Where are we? Maybe this place... It's the archive. The smell of books wafts through the air. Red books as far as the eye can see. The atmosphere here is so bizarre and peculiar that it makes me doubt whether or not gravity is doing its job. It's bizarre. The bed, the publications, everything is stuff I remember seeing, yet it's still bizarre. Oh, what about telepathy? Huh? I try opening my gate, but there's nothing but silence. Huh? Where am I wonder? Senpai? Please wake up, Senpai. Hey, come on. You got clothes now, too. That's good. I didn't want to edit anything. Huh? Senpai quickly gets up. This is the archive. Incredible! We made it to the real archive. From the looks of it, Senpai seems absolutely ecstatic, but I'm not really sure how to process how incredible all this is. Of course it's incredible. We're the very first two to reach the archive. This place, the place many have gone in search of. It's like catching Nessie. Nessie, for crying out loud. Incredible. It doesn't impress me much. What I mean is that no matter how much you call this place the archive, it looks the same as the repository we were at yesterday. It's much more plain than I thought it would be. That would be because the repository uses the same resources as the one here. They're not just similar, they are the exact same. Since when has she been there? Just as I think I hear an unfamiliar voice, the person speaks with her eyes focused in our direction. Who might you be? Oh, Dr. CS. Or so it seems, but is it really her? It is really me. It has been a while, hasn't it, Yotsuba-kun? It has. An acquaintance of yours? We met recently at my university, or should I say, she was with me when the power outage happened. Nothing weird about that, just, this monolithic figure that everything in this world seems to be, like her doing. Since, the only reason we have knowledge is because of her. No big deal! I just know somebody that's named Dr. CS. Again, shut up, Polly. Just take the ride. You are not meant to understand. You are too stupid for the video game. We met recently in my university, or should I say she was with me when the power outage happened. Oh, wow. Also, you two aren't the first to reach this place, at the very least, because I've been here well before you two have. Even disregarding that, there are several people who have visited here besides yourselves. All of them met their end. Either that, or they committed suicide. In any case, you're being a bit too brash and overconfident. My apologies. Just so long as you know, keeping things in moderation is in your best interest. Do not get too brash. The clothes. Did you perchance... Huh? I hadn't even realized till now, but we're wearing our uniforms. Right. Even though we jumped in naked, it wasn't me. It was her. Right. So are you just like a figment and that somebody else is over all this? Like, is that what's going on here? Because there are people here who should very much know you. Still, that's what I noticed. Does CS-san have poor communication skills? I think everybody in this game has poor communication skills, and I think that that's the major underlying theme of the game. I honestly have no idea what she's talking about. Those clothes, the bed, and everything else was by her design. They are things that play out due to her interests. As for her, the scenario of you two engrossing yourselves in the Akashic phone every day is entirely possible. Whether you want to thank her or hate her is up to your discretion. Right. But there's no concept of time here, is there? Oh well. In any case, everything you see here is free for you to use. Do not hesitate to do as you please. Bye-bye now. Just like that, huh? Is like the rest of the game just us reading books? Is that it? We're gonna have like nice big physics lessons for the rest of the game while the author flexes his big physics smarts at me? What's her deal? As soon as I think she left, she stops in her tracks, turns back around, and comes back to where we are. Now that you mention it, I'm late on my introduction. My name is CS. I serve as the librarian of the archive. If something comes up, don't hesitate to call for me. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. All right, bye-bye. Are you a robot? You're a robot or an AI? I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. I feel like any attempt at me trying to figure any of what's going on out right now is probably just futile and stupid. Is she a teacher at my university? At this very moment, this is the only thing I'm able to process in my mind. No good. I can't wrap my head around anything. Yes, same here! Same here! Even poor Masako is lost. Same here, if you were wondering. We're all lost. We're all big dumb. All right, game. So this is the point where you get to explain what's happening. It's basically nonsense to us, right? Yep. Maybe outside the scope of the human mind, That sounds very archive-esque. Anyway, I'm gonna read some books. If I learn anything from them, I'll share the results. You look the happiest I've ever seen. Can you blame me? These, come on, they are the original copies of the Akashic phone. Now, where do I start? What's the matter? It's beautiful, huh? It's beautiful. These are the words of a goddess? What's written down there? I don't know. Okay. Not surprising, seeing as how I just flipped to a random page right in the middle of a book that was right next to me. I don't know what they're talking about. The book is subtitled Dirac's Large Number Hypothesis. Get it away from me! I ain't reading it. Just get it the fuck away. But I'm not following it at all, and I don't plan on following it. I can't follow. I have no idea what this is. Yotsuba-kun, I am extremely shaken up right now. Have you noticed? Yeah, you're right. You haven't been acting your usual self. You somehow could tell. No, Yotsuba-kun, I want to say, just like the librarian said before, I've been acting too brash and overconfident. I thought that I knew everything. No, of course not literally everything, but to me, I thought that there was no more knowledge in the world that would leave me at a loss, somewhere in my mind. My delusions have been shattered into tiny pieces by one page in this book that I randomly grabbed. Also, it's beautiful. It's enough to make me wonder how they were able to weave such beautiful sentences using the same words that I know. Despite that, I'm completely unable to comprehend what they have written down. This is truly a book written by a goddess. Yotsuba-kun, I actually have been needing to pee. Okay, you go do that. Pardon? Seems stupid, doesn't it? In the corner of my brain, going on about the Akashic phone, I'm thinking about wanting to pee at the same time. I don't know. I've played video games while thinking, I need to pee at the same time. I've eaten a taco while thinking, gosh, I sure need to pee at the same time. I've taken a pee while thinking, gosh, I still need to take a pee at the same time. This all seems pretty normal to me. This isn't, it ain't that deep. Having to pee ain't that deep. You can quote me on that. This is how far a human can be pushed. You are... I don't know that that's the thing to be impressed about. Intelligence is preposterous. I'm being laughed at by God. The Akashic phone replicas that I finished reading, those most likely don't have the majority of the originals transcribed. This just proves that human intelligence isn't even par for the course. Girl, I think you just need to go pee. I really didn't know anything. I want to know it all. But first, you should probably pee. I've heard some stories about humans locked in an intellectual pursuit, but Hime Senpai is kind of off-putting with it. Yeah. That settles it. I'm going to read the entire Akashic phone. The entire thing? All of these? That is impossible. Not only that, what do we do about Haru? I'm sorry, Yotsuba-kun. I'm going to be taking action based on my principles from here on. In other words, I won't be cooperating with you. Aside from when our aims naturally come together, of course. No way. I'm sorry about this. Are you really just going to up and leave? You're saying it like it's goodbye forever. Stop your worrying. I'll come back here to sleep. Oh, I see. Besides, I don't plan on separating either. I phrased all that wrong. I'm simply taking actions in my own self-interest from here on out. I can still be here if you want to talk about something. Ah, yes. The only advice I can give you, Yotsuba-kun, research what you want to know on your own. That's the short and sweet of it. Also, don't forget that you are in possibly the absolute best environment for doing said research. So basically, look it up yourself, bud. Those are some suggestive words. Okay, if anything happens, call me. Bye-bye. Senpai really leaves the area, having said that. Her stride is kind of fast to boot. Does she want to read the Akashic phone that badly? There she goes. Yep, there she goes. Oh, is something the matter? Next time I see Dr. CS, I have to tell her thanks for the other day. Indeed. By the way, just where the hell is the bathroom around here? At this very moment, this is the one and only thing that I'm able to process in my mind. To be continued. And we will reconvene next time for Phase 13, The Unreachable Corridor. I know this one's a little shorter than usual, but I gotta get ready to go to work. So, I will talk to you next time, and I hope you have a good one. Bye.